For the land of the free, of the brave.
Lots of intent coming up.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
We've got the Chicago Bulls against the Milwaukee Bucks. Last game for the Bucks, they picked up the W against the Pacers at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Feeling confident after a runaway win. We'll see if they carry over some of that momentum. And coming back strong from the ACL, Zach LaVine has shown he can be a number one scoring option, Shaq.
Yeah, he has the length. His athleticism is elite. Listen, Ernie, he not only get you buckets, but he can put you on some posters all day, every day.
Yes, indeed. He's an explosive finisher at the rim, no doubt about it. He can stretch out the floor with the three ball now, kind of what today's game is. That's how the game is played.
I have a Zach LaVine poster on my room.
No. Yeah. He can make you a poster.
No, I'm just telling you. I have a Zach LaVine poster in my room.
Who's he dunking
My
at?
wife hates it. She thinks I need to grow up. Yeah, that'll do it. Here's Kevin Harlan.
The week is starting off right. Monday night, and 2K Sports presents the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Brett Berry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. Hey, Dave.
Well, almost all of the Greek Freak's points come in the paint. Giannis said, I can already do a lot of damage, basically without a jump shot. Just driving, making plays, and free throws. When that jump shot comes, it's going to be a problem for a lot of players in this league. Kevin?
You're right, D.A. It'll be thanks. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Bledsoe.
In 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing.
Starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then it's Matthews. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's DiVincenzo. And for Chicago, runs the point with LaVine at the 2. Larkin and Carter are up front. And it's Hutchinson in at the 3 spot. And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
The Bucks win the tip.
Hey, who's got free?
The pass to DiVincenzo.
On wing.
Finishes nicely on the layup. DiVincenzo's got the game going here with the first basket for Milwaukee. And Satoransky. Kumbo. DiVincenzo. No good on the triple. Last game against Brooklyn.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being aggressive and to take advantage of that. Continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
And hops there, Bakken, and he knows not many guys can block that shot. Good at getting that deep post position.
Now, here passes. He picked up points in their last win against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
Felt like he also was prepared for what the opposition was, either contesting shots or swatting them. Just a dominant defense performance all the way.
Hutchison's off.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there here and contests.
Year lesson for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He took across Greg all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on, very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Giannis.
Very efficient and a well-tuned offense for the Bucks. They drive, they kick, they get open threes. Second in the league last year, as that was Mike Budenholzer's biggest change in threes.
From Antetokounmpo. And in their offense, Brent, it all starts with Giannis.
Starts with Giannis, and that might have got them into trouble last year. They could maybe use another creator in a way where I can manufacture his own points. Who knows? Maybe that's growth within. Maybe that's Chris Middleton as he tries to improve his game, or Eric Bledsoe in some way. But the team does need a little bit more dynamism on the offensive end.
Tatoransky. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. 5 to shoot. Chicago shot here. Hutchison's for Milwaukee. Their last game, a win against the Pacers in Indiana.
It was road game tricky, but they had a good strategy and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, watching that game quarter to quarter, they sped up, they slowed down, but they executed in every facet.
Chicago with the ball, following the miss by Eric Bledsoe. Is the DiVincenzo. Out. Bledsoe looking around to get off a shot here. Here's Matthews. Hutchison with the rebound.
One shrinking.
Markkanen and Markkanen perfectly. There's a 20-point game for him in the win against Indiana. Pass to Bledsoe. Vincenzo. Giannis passes to Bledsoe from 11 feet away. Nope, not that time. The field. And Tatoransky will bring it up for the Bulls. Here's Levine. The offensive. It's good putback.
Oh, I mean, he is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. With it, Carter up top. Passes to Hutchinson. The second. The rebound.
This quarter, it's been up.
Again, floor vision from Eric Bledsoe makes dishing that basketball look easy.
Penetrating. Here's Markkanen for one more line. For a player that didn't come in with a lot of fanfare to the NBA, Markkanen is one of the top young players in the league.
Yeah, call him the marksman or the finisher. Call him Larry Bird, if you like. Fantastic stretch four, who showed he could be a focal point of an offense, can play with an edge as well, and is just scratching the surface of his potential.
That free throw good for Markkanen. Even this early, Brent, have you been on teams where you just knew changes were coming down the road?
Yeah, Kevin, I think happens because of internally what's going on with the team. Yeah, on the floor, you're going to see guys in the offense playing pick and roll, but
it's behind the curtains begin to
good executives and good coaching staff understand communicating to the people in the front office to say, hey, if we swayed, our potential instead of growing is not knowing to go. So we need to make some changes.
Chicago here. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Coming a loss against the Nets.
Yeah, you could see they were pressing in that one, and the shooting percentages dipped because of it.
Yeah, I'll say anytime you're having trouble getting over that 40% field goal mark, it's probably not going to be your night.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things going out east in the early season. Off to a great start this season, currently in second. And, of course, Chicago. They're looking to salvage what they can of the season.
Yeah, but checking out Chicago, they've fallen all too quickly down to that spot at the bottom of the standings. If any team needed a bright start, it was them.
Yeah, with the quality of a lot of teams they're now staring up at, it's going to be difficult for them to bounce back from this kind of start and make a huge climb up the standings.
Some high-scoring teams in the NBA. Let's see the leaders. Bucks number 1.
I mean, it's an exciting brand of basketball that they're playing. They've got such deadly weapons. Teams have had a heck of a time trying to slow them down.
for Milwaukee. Gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Here's Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Yeah, go ahead and get in front of that if you want to. Man, what a dunk by Giannis.
Bean deciding where to go with it. Martin trying to break loose. But they recover it. Goes up again. Rebound, Milwaukee. Last time they met was in Milwaukee.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Bledsoe against Satoransky. The kick out to Matthews. Just 5 to shoot. At the top of the key, Lopez. Go that time. And the other way now.
Well, you have like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Satoransky against Bledsoe. Levine by the three-point line. The good-looking shot from the wing.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Satoransky from downtown. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Huntley here tonight. Satoransky. Markkanen. The court come the Bucks on the break. Hughes. Defense right on him. Basket. Bulls trail by 3. Satoransky looking around. Outside. The assist by Satoransky. Got his second basket of the game.
Mike Budenholzer winning the Coach of the Year for the second time. Just has such a great mind offensively and came in with a new system for this entire roster. One that they embraced very early on. I think it was really important last year. Training camp, establishing that type of confidence. It carried them through for the entire year.
And for the Milwaukee Bulls, a big reason they were a top offense last season.
Well, we talk a lot about Bud ball, and you add Giannis Antetokounmpo in there, and Bud's ability to pair Giannis's unique skill set to the way that he wanted to play. They really changed a lot of what they did offensively, and it felt very, very seamless.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Carter. Young comes in for Markkanen. White, he's checked in for Chandler Hutchison. And Chris Dunn subbed in for Satoransky. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's his first foul. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for 4 rebounds and 2 assists. We know they come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
There is a bit of a feeling they're all looking to him to step up, and they know he's capable of doing it right now, just not getting it done.
Now here's Lopez. Shot clock at 6. Here's Connaughton.
Energy pits of being White stays connected to his man and plays with active hands.
Pass to Connaughton. Here's the 3. Rebound by Levine.
And they've come out with take no prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Down against Hill. Shooting fouls. Feel they generally get too much blame when things go wrong.
I don't know word, Kevin. That's just the easy out for a lot of organizations that want to make some changes. The main thing that's frustrating, I think, for the coaching fraternity is patience.
Take a break.
You have to be realistic about the potential of your team and how much time it takes to grow what it is that coach's culture is all about. That's where teams sometimes out and give up on somebody a little bit early.
But these guys go into it eyes wide open.
Oh, there's no question about it. And really good coaches in the NBA know that it might not last all that long. So they're going to be who they are. That's who you want to hire. Hire a coach who knows exactly who he is, both coming in the door and walking away.
from the stripe.
And the loving personality Lopez has makes him a likable teammate. It's clear that
Going on here in the early portion of this game.
it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Now, here is him quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 12 feet out. That shot off the mark. Good defensive work there by Young.
Team's rebounding is a measure of its energy, and it has been terrific. Just looks pretty when it's in his hand, and he's the one doing the slam.
Ooh, this silk, even on a power finish. Hill. On the wing, Levine. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against Brooklyn.
Well, the thing he did most was fluster the defense. I really liked how he showed no fear and constantly threw contact, which in turn got him the free throws.
Here's Lopez after the made shot from Zach Levine. Lopez kicks to Hill. Get on the way in.
George Hill does a good job of changing speeds, and then you add that length. Tough to stop.
Done against. And it's done penetrating. Excellent D there from Hill.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Feeds it to Ilyasova. And he drops it in from the low post. And it's now only a 1-point Bulls lead.
It's nice since he shows on his inside game an ability to get the shot up before the defender can do anything.
Cornette passes to Young. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot at the free throw line. A starter in this league for almost a decade. Thaddeus Young's numbers, Greg, won't blow you away. So what is it that makes him a winning player?
I think it starts with his defense, Kevin. Drawing charges and getting deflections. His quickness puts him in a position to make those effort plays.
And good.
Well, the Milwaukee Bucks are just so strong in and around the paint.
Well, so good last year. The team was third points in the paint themselves and first in points in the paint allowed. Got in there, and then they defended it well. Tough as nails defensively, causes a lot of problem for teams who rely on chippies around the basket to get themselves in the offensive flow.
Play in the first. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Pass to Corver. Here's Connaughton. For Corver. 16 feet away. They get it back. Here's Lopez. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
And athletic ability.
So it's the Bucks now. The Bulls getting the bucket. And it's Hill penetrating. And that one is good.
The long strides of George Hill helping him gain some ground to take advantage of and slices to the rim and scores.
And Young kicks to Levine. A floater. Good D by Lopez. Buck over. Hill. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Brown's checked in. The Bulls leading by 3. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Cornette. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Now Hill. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Darchiniakono. Levine for 3. And the last second attempt is not going for him.
That is really perfect defense from Corver there, making the shot attempt very difficult.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Bulls out front. They lead by 5. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Robin Lopez talks about the importance of being the anchor on the defensive end.
That's something I relish. It's something unique. It's something to take pride in, that you have all your teammates back on the defensive end, and when it gets down to it, you're kind of that last line of defense. And obviously, defense is a team-oriented ideal, but there's something fun about that. I think there's something competitive about that.
And Greg, that's why his teammates love him.
Absolutely. You can tell Lopez really wants to make an impact on defense, on every possession.
And thank again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen so far from the Bulls, what's your take?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
White and Levine on the wing. And it's Young, and it's Cornette in at the 5 spot. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Here is Hill after the made shot from Zach LaVine. Outside Hill. And there's the call on Ryan Arcidiacono. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
And we've played through the first minute here in the second. To the wing right side. Here's Lopez. Gets to the corner and buries it.
Like to see George Hill distribute to his teammates a heads-up play there.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, there's not a lot of NBA players who come from Finland. But now there's Lauri Markkanen. Before him, there was Hanno Matala, who was actually Lauri's high school coach. Markkanen is soft-spoken and family-focused, but he says everything starts from basketball. All the decisions I make are based on if it helps me on the basketball court. Kevin?
Terrific attitude, David. Thanks. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting.
The massive size of Lopez just puts defenses in a pickle. When he's that close, you just have to foul it.
These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Shooting two.
No good on the free throw. Each team has a catalyst, Brent. Some guys are ball dominant or play within the flow of the offense. Is there one approach better than the other?
Obviously, great coaches, Kevin, are going to find what it is that their best player does well. And as many times as I could get my best player into that situation, that's what I'm going to do. So if it's Harden in isolation, James Harden's going to be in isolation. If it's Steph Curry setting off-ball screens and relocating for threes, well, I'm going to do that too. So it all comes down to a fit with the player, his skill set, and how the coach wants to use that best.
Cornette passes to Young. The shot will not fall. Good D by Lopez. Bucks trail by 7. Here's Korver for 3. Drills the three-pointer. Korver's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, the shot from Korver is all about establishing rhythm there, collecting himself and confidently elevating up and knocking that one down.
Cornette, and he dunks it down.
Now, that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Now, here is Hill. Right wing. As right side. 6 on the shot clock. He kicks it to Korver. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Back to Young. That's tipped.
Ilyasova, with the length he has on those arms of his, he got to the ball.
White, good.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Outside Hill. In by Cornette. Cornette's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Arcidiacono kicks to White. He's guarded by Hill. Cornette passes to Arcidiacono. Levine for three. It's rebounded by Ilyasova.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Brown dishes to Korver. Bounce pass from Hill. Now here's Ilyasova. He's covered closely. From the top of the key, it's hauled in by the Bulls. Cornette's got his fifth rebound in this one. Levine. And there's the pass to Young. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Young's got the lead up to 11 now for the Bulls.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
You see Zach LaVine in the Bulls uniform, and it's hard not to think of the trade that sent him here. He was a big part of the deal that sent Jimmy Butler out of Chicago.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Carter, he's checked in for Luke Cornette. Lowry Marketing comes in for Thaddeus Young. Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for Levine. And Satoransky subbed in for Ryan Arcidiacono. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Antetokounmpo comes in for Ilyasova. Wesley Matthews checked in for Kyle Korver. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Hill. And with Levine and the Butler trade, there were a lot of critics at the time. But you know what, Greg? It's worked out for the Bulls.
And Kevin, the Bulls took a chance with Levine, and he's developed into a bright young star. Took another risk giving him a big contract after the injury, but he's come back better and stronger since then.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Was good. And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
The Bucks making a switch here. DiVincenzo's checked in. No good on the second free throw. And Brent, when you watch Eric Bledsoe go to the rim, you just have to admire what an incredible finisher he is.
Well, Bledsoe, I think, has always relied on the fact that his physical stature, not in terms of his height at 6'1", but his width and strength allows him to go in there and be a bit of a bulldog, to get contact and to make things happen. So never has shied away from that.
Here is Bledsoe. The Bulls getting the bucket. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, Bledsoe and strong finishes just seem to go together like peanut butter and jelly.
The Bulls leading by 10. That's to Satoransky. He can't get that one to fall. Now the Bucks take it the other way. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming, Kevin.
And here's Giannis. He has 6. Lopez outside. He's scanning the floor, trying to get open as Carter. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second. And yes, it's good. Hutchinson's got his first points of the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Oh, I would love to see Giannis in the dunk contest. Wouldn't that be sweet, Kevin?
Bledsoe against White. Pass to Satoransky. Now the feed to Markkanen. Hutchison. For the 3. Antetokounmpo holds it in. Giannis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
To the inside, Hutchison, and contact on the shot, so shooting free throws here. Wesley Matthews picks one up.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Bulls shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. first one falls for him. Dunn, he's checked in for White. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Antetokounmpo. 8 points for him. Here's Bledsoe. Dunn with some nice D.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Now, here's Dunn. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. With the basket on the assist from Dunn. Dunn's got 3 assists in the game. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
And with the pause here, how about the stats for Brook Lopez? 4th in blocks, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And yeah, he's been a brutal shot blocker all season long. As you said, top 5 in the league. He's a dangerous force to face inside. Here's Hutchison, and he overshot that one, missing. Antetokounmpo kicks to Bledsoe. There's the lob, Antetokounmpo, and the dunk by Giannis.
Every night there's something that Giannis does on the floor where you just have to put your hands on your head. Wow, what a move.
Carter at the elbow. To Markkanen. And there it is for him.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
For Chicago, they have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
Free throw, no good for Markkanen. Brent, when constructing a team, it's always tricky to fit in max contracts. But the truth is, some players probably deserve much more money than they're allowed to receive.
Incredible to say that, right,
It
Kevin?
is, yeah.
But there are guys like LeBron James, whose $35 million contract might be worth $100.
I always thought about Jordan, too, right? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And for the years that Michael Jordan was underpaid in Chicago for what it was he was doing. But in terms of competitive balance for the league and 30 franchises, and for you to try to build a team and a roster to put out on the floor to play this game and have opportunities to win championships, it's really the only way, and sometimes unfairly for guys in terms of their competition and compensation to have to put maximums on what it is that players can earn.
And the second free throw, good.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
Now, here's Lopez. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game.
When Bledsoe's feeding his guys, his team is much better for it. They love watching him whip the ball around the perimeter.
Here's Dunn. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Now here's Bledsoe. He had 10 points in the win against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
Dunn passes to Satoransky. Five on the clock. The pass to Hutchison. Beyond the arc. Rebound by the Bucks.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the call. Chicago the foul. And the shooting guard, Wesley Matthews, a terrific defender, who has no hesitation, Greg, in taking that long three.
A pretty good combination. Weathered an Achilles tear back in 2015, but has remained a steady rotation player.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Makes both free throws. And here's Doug bring it up for Chicago. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Markkanen dishes to Dunn. Markkanen in the corner. Takes the three. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Well, you go in there weak like that, and a guy like Giannis with his length is going to throw it away.
Hutchison passes to Dunn. Clock at 4. From deep. They grab their own miss. Tries yet again.
Always seems to be a secondary thought process for the shooter when Giannis is in the area. Definitely throwing some shots off right now. Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
Dunn passes to Markkanen. Back to Dunn. Carter against Lopez. Outside Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the boards.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Now, here's Satoransky. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Hutchison. The three-pointer, no good. Bucks trail by 10. Giannis kicks to Matthews. For 3, Bledsoe. But they get it back. Satoransky.
But if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious. Yeah, this story in the second quarter, much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated.
This guy upping his scoring average every year. Tonight's effort's only going to increase the chances of Giannis to do that again, maybe this season.
Dunn passes to Carter. There's 38 seconds left in the first half of the game.
And you look at Wendell Carter Jr., the center out of Duke. Fantastic blend of size and mobility. A lot to like about what he can do.
For Chicago, they have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. The first one falls. Chicago making some changes. Young's checked in for Markkanen. Dean comes in for Chandler Hutchison. And it's Ryan Arcidiacono in for Satoransky. Milwaukee also making some changes. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Brown comes in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Well, a big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Bucket is good. Giannis has got 12 points now in the quarter.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Carter dishes to Levine. Tries again. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Connaughton. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And we've finished one half of basketball. Bulls lead by 10. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. Their play in the second quarter was inspired as they turned what had been a tight contest into a 10-point ball game by the time we reached halftime. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
The area where they impressed me the most has been on the boards. When the shot's gone up, everybody goes for it. Just a matter of maintaining that energy, playing with that same kind of aggression in the final two quarters.
And over to Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks.
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's been nothing short of a wall at the rim so far in this one, single-handedly providing great rim protection.
Been aggressive to block shots, but also avoiding fouls. That's a heavy presence inside.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. The Bulls leading by 10. And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then there's Bledsoe, and it's Matthews, and it's DiVincenzo in at the 2 guard. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Zach LaVine unable to get his last shot to go. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, easy call.
For Milwaukee, they have taken 10 shots from the free throw line up to this point and made 6 of them. Throw good. Matthews. Both free throws good from Matthews. And Satoransky will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Outside, LaVine. Shot from 12. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lowe got 5 rebounds tonight.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. Bledsoe for 3. Rebound by the Bulls. Carter's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside, LaVine. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, you just watch LaVine play, and you can see the athleticism he possesses. Greg just explodes anytime he wants to.
And guys, with LaVine, the speed and first step have always been there for him. But you can see the strength he's added to his game since his rookie year. Whenever he goes,
at the rim.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Levine.
And in flashes, Levine has shown he can be a star. Now, he has to put it all together on a consistent basis.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Well, after leading the Bucks to an incredible year, Giannis Antetokounmpo wins the Most Valuable Player trophy. A very emotional speech that night talking about his family and his brother and the impact they have. But really, how about the impact he's had on the Milwaukee Bucks franchise and what kind of aspirations they have on the shoulders of this young Greek talent.
And here are the Bulls now, following the miss by Eric Bledsoe. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Last season, Brent, Giannis played like he knew he was the best, even finishing off dunks by yelling, "I'm the MVP."
Wow, you do that well, Kevin. Yeah, Giannis was incredible, and I like the fact that throughout the course of the season, there seemed to be laser focus on every night, competing and getting better. He's just shouldering the responsibility of this entire franchise, and I'm looking forward to see where his game goes from here.
That one is off. No luck that time either. Well, he coined the name himself last season. Brent, are you willing to call Brook Lopez Splash Mountain?
I am, but I think Brook Lopez was also looking for some kind of deal so that him and his brother could get free rides for the rest of their lives.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Chicago Bulls continue to be a team in rebuild mode. They traded for Otto Porter at the deadline last season, and that seemed like a turning point. It lessened the logjam in the front court, and his versatile game fit well with some of the young players. Now that they've added rookie Kobe White with other moves this summer, fans are eager to see this young team take the next step. Kevin?
And David, they've got some pieces too. Thank you.
And Giannis adding muscle to his frame for these types of situations. He'll keep getting bigger and stronger, but willing to take the hit.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Free throw, no good for Antetokounmpo.
Each year we get to see Giannis come back from the summer and what he's done to up his game. Get a little bit stronger in the weight room, be a little bit better ball handler, play a little bit more aggressively. The guy's competing to be one of the best players in the business.
Here's Hutchison, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power, hammering down the two-hand slam. Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 20, stolen by Markkanen. And here we go, fast break, Levine's got it. It doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Matthews passes to DiVincenzo. Wesley Matthews on the wing. 8 points for him. 6 to shoot. Pass to Lopez. He can't hit that time. And it's Chicago the other way. Taken away. Now the Bucks moving it up. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
You know how you want to tell people don't let Giannis get too close? Well, one step past half court, he's too close.
Satoransky, bounce pass. Lopez against Carter. Now Satoransky. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. 3 on the clock. From deep. And the Bulls with another miss.
Having a hand up in face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, as good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
It's good. DiVincenzo's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Eric Bledsoe, if you're that athletic on the offensive end, why not on the D?
Satoransky finds Levine. And here is Satoransky. Pass to looking to get back on track here. Good D by Bledsoe. Bucks trail by 7. Here's the floater. And the layup is good. Bledsoe's got 5 now.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here is Carter. He's got 8. Outside, Levine. Wait. Here's Markkanen. And the rejection by Giannis. The shot by Bledsoe. Nobody around. Good on the triple. Now just a 2-point Bulls lead.
He can be just lethal from the perimeter. Even though he didn't get good looks in the first quarter, will that make right there? That can change things.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Well, in his rookie year, Dante DiVincenzo spent some time in the NBA and some time in the G League. And Brent got plenty of chances to learn on the fly.
DiVincenzo getting 27 games last year with the Milwaukee Bucks and a lot of experience in the G League. That's going to pay off, Kevin, as he's going to find out where it is that when he gets into the game, he's going to have the most confidence. Mike Budenholzer and the staff have a program for him, and he's sticking to it, and he's ready to go.
Bulls. He's checked in for Carter. White comes in for Chandler Hutchison. And it's Ryan Arcidiacono in for Satoransky. And then for Milwaukee, Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Korver comes in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hills subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo.
And he's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Here's one. Giannis grabs the miss. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Bledsoe outside. Passes it to Antetokounmpo. Outside court and the pass to Hill. Bangs home the trifecta. Hill's got 7 points.
And George Hill showing some confidence here tonight. When he's got room from deep to fire like that, he didn't think twice about that one.
Here's Arcidiacono. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Takes a 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. On the wing, Giannis. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 3 assists in the game.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
Here's Arcidiacono. And the Bulls with another miss. Bledsoe outside. Pass. And the down to Tacumbo.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Well, there's an ebb and a flow. They had a hard time earlier, but now, flow.
Now here's Levine. 11 points in the game.
And a solid playmaker, White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. The lead is 2. Levine against Korver. Bledsoe outside. Nice touch off the glass. Bledsoe's got the lead up to 4 now for Milwaukee.
Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
Chicago calls timeout. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
Yeah, smart move here. Talk things over. He's really eating them up, and they've tried a few different looks defensively. Nothing quite getting it done.
Bulls making a switch here. Young's checked in. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Milwaukee. And Young kicks to Cornette. Back to Young. To the right side. Shot clock at 6. And it's White missing.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Oh, the pass to Levine. To Cornette. This one for 3, and the rejection by Giannis. Here's Connaughton, got a hand on it. From deep three-point range, the rebound by Young. Bulls trail by 6. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket. How about that? Unable to maintain control.
They have made 9 free throws in the game, 14 attempts. Dunn, he's checked in for the Bulls. Lopez, he's checked in for the Bucks. Sterling Brown comes in for Kyle Korver.
One shot.
Leading by 3. Hill looking it over. And no good that time. And the Bulls going the other way now for the tie. That's good. Dunn's got the game tied up here for the Bulls.
And how about Dunn getting the ball in a great spot, making the deep attempt look too easy.
Lopez dishes to Hill. Here's Connaughton. Goes back, and it's Lopez laying it in. Lopez has got 5 points so far.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And the call will be against George Hill. That's his first foul. Done against Hill. Done outside. Just 5 on the clock. Over Hill.
Well, Hill is using his size and speed now on the defensive end, and that's bothering the shooter.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work.
And Levine throws it down.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. With the floater, and it's blocked. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. Levine with the ball, and Young with the basket on the assist by Levine. Levine's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Passes it to Hill. He dishes it to Ilyasova. It's deflected. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Here's Levine. And it's Connaughton with the rebound. Right side Hill. And that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. It's Chicago. They're up by 2. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. Head coach Mike Budenholzer is mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
Let's keep grinding. Keep getting stuff. The offense will come. See if we can move it a little bit more against the Reds and then drive it, move it, catch it, shoot it.
Clearly he wants his guys, Greg, to work harder on offense.
And Coach Budenholzer said, just keep gutting through it and eventually something positive will happen.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. Taking a look at the Bulls, White and Levine on the wings. Then it's Young, then there's Dunn, and it's Cornette in at the 5. Here's Hill after the made shot from Zach Levine, and stolen by Dunn. Here's Levine, and Levine throws it down.
So aggressive once he gets high. But love how Levine stays after it when he gets it going.
Bucks trail by 6. Oh, passes to Lopez. 4th quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. 6 to shoot. Down against Hill. From deep. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Chicago. Chandler Hutchison comes in for Zach Levine. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Lopez is checked in. The Bulls leading by 6. The Hutchison. Back to Dunn. 11 feet away. Milwaukee with the rebound.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Here's Connaughton, White covering. Connaughton kicks to Brown. Clock at 6. Outside Hill. Lets it go with the 3. The rebound by Young.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Well, so many people were worried about Chris Dunn's offense after his rookie year, but you know what, Greg? He's turned it around.
and gone from struggling to hit 40% of his shots to shooting better from the floor. Still a strong defender, and he's making people forget that his offense was ever a question mark.
He's checked in for White. Milwaukee also making some changes. Wesley Matthews checked in for Sterling Brown. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Pat Connaughton. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, Mike Budenholzer had some advice for the team during the timeout. He warned them they've got to get back in transition. He said they've given up way too many fast break points, and he said we have to slow the pace of the game down and force them into taking some tough shots. Kevin?
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence, always to get back in the game.
Hill against Satoransky. Young with a steal. Scores his fifth field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
Now here's Matthews. Trying to get something going, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
First free throw is good. Bulls making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in. The Bucks also with the sub. Eric Bledsoe's checked in for George Hill. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Now, here's Markkanen. Done outside. Pass to Hutchison. Shot clock at 5. Back to Dunn. There's the 3. And the Bulls, another 3.
He's been incredible in this half. Anytime he pulls up from outside, you think that's bottoms.
DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. Bledsoe fires for 3. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got 11 rebounds in the game.
It's a +5 advantage for them after that one.
A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Bucks. On Wednesday, they'll continue the road trip, heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. Then on Thursday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Portland Trail Blazers.
And that one against the Pistons.
Shooting 2.
That's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
That's good from Carter. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Lopez. He's perfect from the line this time. And it's Bledsoe with the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. Down by 15. Lopez outside. It's tipped. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And he knocks down the first one. So he gets them both.
And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
Now here's Satoransky. Carter looking around. The shot by Markkanen. Nobody around. That one falls, coming off Carter's feed. Carter's got assist number 5 here tonight. Bucks trail by 15. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Bledsoe outside. Passes to DiVincenzo. 6 on the shot clock. Overdone. DiVincenzo gets the bucket. The Bulls leading by 13. Now Satoransky. Here's Hutchison. There's the pass to Markkanen. Clock at 6. Over onto Antetokounmpo. Markkanen can't get it to go.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Got a piece of it, and they'll keep possession. Ryan Arcidiacono now checked in for the Bulls. Good from Antetokounmpo. Chicago leading by 10. Pass to Markkanen. Shot from 12. Markkanen missing again.
Well, shots like that drive coaches batty. I'll be shocked if he attempts that shot again.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Now here's Markkanen. Here's Arcidiacono. Pass to Hutchison. Pass to Markkanen. Basket counts. Markkanen's got 4 this quarter.
Look, you got to keep Markkanen out of the paint. He's big on that block and imposes his will.
And the foul on Wendell Carter. That's foul number 2 for him.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Zach LaVine's checked in for Ryan Arcidiacono. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. 6 to shoot. That's tipped. Now the pass to LaVine. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Matthews, and Matthews throws it down.
Well, he can just see over the defense. The eyes to spot the open man. Giannis flourishing right now as a facilitator.
And Satoransky kicks to LaVine. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops.
Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line.
And so Levine nails both of them. And so it's Milwaukee now. Out to the wing. Floats one up. DiVincenzo gets the bucket. DiVincenzo's got 10 points in just the second half. Outside, Levine. Back by Lopez.
Oh, that's out of there. Not a high riser, but Lopez using his frame, a smart block, if you will.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Here's Hutchison to the middle. And Carter missing. On offense here, the Bucks. They're on a 15-6 run. Great positioning on the putback.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Chicago calls timeout. The short rest, very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Zach LaVine.
Plain and simple, his scoring is what made him our pick tonight. Even when the D's given him all their attention, they just have not been able to contain him. If they backed off him for 1 second, he made them pay.
Bulls making a switch here. White's checked in. Here is Carter to the left side wing. Pass to White. Stolen by Bledsoe. Oh, and here comes Bledsoe all alone. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Now here is Carter. Yes! And the foul. It's on Brook Lopez.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
One shot.
That's good from Carter. Bucks trail by 5. Giannis outside. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is a star in this league, and more the team trusts him in those moments.
And here's White. Again, Chicago.
And hey, when you're a big shot maker in college, that often carries over to this level. Certainly has for White.
It's stolen by Carter. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. LaVine wide open, and the Bulls another 3. Milwaukee's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Against Giannis. Bledsoe for 3, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 4 assists now tonight. Chicago calls timeout. Here's White. Outside, Levine. There's the triple. Rebounded by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. To the left wing for three, Bledsoe. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Levine's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That will be foul number 5 on him. .151 left in the fourth quarter. White left side. And the bucket is good. 3-point play for him.
Marketing, absorbing the contact.
One shot.
There's a minute 40 left here in the fourth quarter. Markkanen against Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
Well, guarding Antetokounmpo is really difficult because of how awkward he can get around the floor and how much space he can take up.
Now here's Levine. Here in the fourth. Throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Robin Lopez is kicked in for the Bucks.
Shooting 2.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Time running out for the Bucks. Oh, penetrated.
Big time shot from young Giannis there. He feels more and more comfortable in these big moments.
Now here's Levine. Not a lot of room. Carter outside. Launches it. That's good. And it's Levine with the assist. And the Bulls lead by 9.
You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot. That's one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Timeout called, the Bucks. They're trailing by 9. 51 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Left in the fourth quarter. Even.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that stretches their lead to 8. And he is unable to get the second one.
And I'm sure he would like to have had all of those, but he's still able to pad the lead.
Bledsoe and big shots going together.
So it's Chicago now. 6-point game. Levine. Defense is right there. Good on the three-point shot. Levine's got 30.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And it's good for two. And now an 11-point Chicago lead.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and played with just a little more confidence than their opponents.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Berry.